Yo, what's going on? It's me, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing some recent developments slash discoveries I've made in regards to the manifestation of the fragrances that I have been smelling, experiencing in my life. Many of you know that I first began to smell this vanilla type fragrance in my prayer time in the secret place. Then very recently, I began to smell the same fragrance here in my truck, and pretty much those are the places that I mostly smell a sweet type of fragrance. Okay, and I believe it has to do with just the location, the area, just being saturated with the presence of God. You know, those are the places. You know, my prayer spot is where I spend praying and talking with the Lord, hanging out with the Lord. And in my truck, I spend hanging out with the Lord, listening to word, listening to music, hopping out, doing the stuff, praying for people. So I feel as though these places are just like so saturated with the presence of God that the fragrance or he allows these fragrances to manifest. And it's really awesome, really cool. It's absolutely amazing. And I have made some discoveries. I have noticed there have been some changes in the fragrance, and it's not just one fragrance that manifests. I will tell you that I'll just share it with you, okay? In my prayer time, the first time I smelled something, it smelled very vanilla, like a vanilla. Oh no, actually, the first time I smelled something, I was driving my sweeper, and it smelled like this vanilla fragrance. And in fact, I was standing out of my truck, filling up my truck with water. I smelled this vanilla hit me. And this was after I watched a video about activating your 5 spiritual senses. And I was like, Lord, I want that. Standing outside my truck, boom, hits me. And I was like, whoa, awesome. Then it happened in my prayer time. And so I was like, wow, this is really you, God. And in a video, I said how I grabbed all the perfumes that are in the restroom or in my prayer spot. I smelled them all. I'm like, nope, that's not it. And I realized that was him. Okay, so there's that. Now there's a variety of smells, I guess you could say, that manifest, that he allows to manifest. I had my little boy praying with me one time, and I've spoken to him about these things before, and he was in there with me, and he began to see some stuff, and it was really amazing. It touched my heart, to know that my son, he's seeing the truth, experience it himself. But for him, he's like, Dad, it smells like candy. I smell candy. I was like, that's cool, dude. So I'm over here smelling like this vanilla fragrance. He's over here smelling candy. Okay, really amazing. So that's happened. Now, after that, okay, let's see here. Twice, at home with the family, I'll come out of my prayer time, and the old lady, she's told me, you smell like pineapple. I was like, what? She's like, what are you wearing? She'll smell me. I'm like, nothing. And she's like, it smells like pineapple. I was like, all right, I guess heaven smells like pineapple. And I was just busting up. So that happened, okay? And then yesterday, after my prayer time, I go lay down, and she's like, you smell like baby powder. I was like, baby powder? We don't have no baby powder. And I was like, I smell vanilla. And she's like, smelling me. She's like, you smell like baby powder. I was like, amazing, right? I was like, that's Jesus. I was like, I was in the presence of the Lord. Hey, whatever happens, happens. It's amazing. And so she's tripping out, so that's really amazing. So I'm learning that the smell, the fragrance changes. And there's one more fragrance that I've smelt, and this is where the secret, the tip that I'm going to give you comes in. I believe in order to tap into this, I believe, okay, first you got to get your prayer life solid, committed, focused. You're going to spend time with him. You're going to commit to spending time with him. Because, even when you don't, man, like if you miss your time, I just yearn, man, I need to be praying right now. And like he's already there waiting for you to come, sitting on the edge of heaven. Like it's our prayer time. Where's Daniel at? Or, fill in the blank with your name. To miss that. He's like he wants to hang out with us. He wants to spend time with us and just be with us, and that's what we're created for. So like I yearn to go in there and be with him. And so you got to get your prayer life solid. This is every day, man. You grow your prayer time, your life, you spend time, you commit every day. I do not like to be not praying. Just one day of not praying, spending time with him, you feel far away from him, and I don't like that feeling. So anyways, so it has to get that solid, get that down. You live that prayer life. And I believe it has to do with your posture. As far as with the fragrance, this is the tip I'm sharing what I learned with the fragrance. It's your posture. Okay. I learned that when I am bowed down, like normally I'm on my knees, just chilling, like I'm up, I'm sitting on my feet and I'm on my knees like you've seen in my prayer videos, and I mostly pray like that. But of course I will bow down to him as well. So I noticed that when I bow down, and I'll like put my head, like my forehead and my face, I'll put it on the ground. And what I have learned is that as I do that, boom, right under me, a super sweet, like powerful fragrance will hit me, like super sweet, like wow, like hard. And so like that's like face on the ground, like bowing down, all the way on your face, kind of praying, and it has to do with that posture. And like seriously, when I do that, I'm like, my King, I worship you, God. You deserve all the honor and glory, Lord. You are my God. Face on the ground, man. And when I've done that, boom, this fragrance hits. Okay. So the first time that happened, I was like, whoa, that's amazing. And it was super strong. And so I was like, maybe something's like sprayed on this carpet that I'm on right here. Perfume fell, or some perfume fell and landed on this carpet. That carnal mind starts making up scenarios. And so what I did is I turned this way to where there's no carpet and it's just tile. And I prayed and I bowed down again, face on the ground. Boom. I'm like, oh man, it's you, Lord. It's you. You're amazing. Thank you, Jesus. And, because it's almost unbelievable. But when it happens, man, and when I tested that out, not to test God, but I wanted to know. When that happened and I turned and I was face on the tile and it hit me, I broke down, dude. I just cried. I just bawled at being in awe of him and what he does, and how he shows us how much he loves us, how he loves me. He knows who I am, and he comes to spend time with me. He'll just be like, here you go, bam, it's absolutely amazing. So that fragrance has, I believe it's something to do with your posture. So if you have not experienced any type of fragrance or anything and you want to try this, it's about being humble, coming to your King, and I put my face on the ground, at times, just to give him honor, and so you want to try that, face on the ground, all the way down. I'm sure you guys have seen, everybody has seen how the Muslim people pray. They're always bowing down, all that stuff. If you can envision that, how they put their faces on the ground, very much like that. But I'm not going up and down doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I come down just to, give him honor and glory, and just he's my King, And so that's what I've learned. And so you go ahead and try that. let me know if it works for you, if you tap into this, and yep, that's the big secret tip that I'd like to share with you. So go ahead and humble yourselves and try that. Also, with that being said, I was hearing in my head, in my spirit, spikenard, 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 and I Googled it, and it's all out, it's all throughout the Bible. It's about the fragrance. It talks about this perfume, this expensive perfume, and I believe, in fact, the one that Jesus was washed with from the alabaster box, jar, whatever you want to call it, and it was spikenard, this expensive perfume. And for some reason, I kind of think that maybe that fragrance that's coming, that the Lord is, it may be that spikenard fragrance. So this is just a note to myself. I would like to get a hold of that spikenard fragrance, see what it smells like, and see if that's what I've been, if that's what the type of fragrance that the Lord has been manifesting. So, yep. I believe I've shared everything I needed to share. I've got it all documented. Like I've said before, if I ever get to a point where I feel as though the Lord does not want me to share something, I won't. But until that happens, I'll continue to share what I believe is valuable, and I bring everything in all truth and honesty. I have I have no reason to make anything up. I just want to help you and bless you and encourage you and activate you. Because if you don't know it's available, then how can you have it? But anyways, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Be blessed. Go after him. It's all about him. Seek his presence. Jesus.